Hi everyone! In this video, I'm going to show you how to sign up for your online COM101 exam using Examity. So the first step is to log into our COM101 Blackboard page, just as you usually would, and over down on the left, you're going to see there's a new tab under our course assessments for our final exam. This is where you're going to click in to do a couple things. First, you're going to book your exam online, and then you're also going to access this page to actually complete your final exam. So let's click in here. So you'll see a couple things on the page. The first one is our COM101 final exam. You'll notice that if you try to access it, you actually need a password to access the final exam. The Examity proctor is going to input the final exam password for you in order to give you access to the final exam. Okay, there's some good information here to note as well, so please take the time to read these important notes before you start your final exam. I'm just going to scroll down farther here on the page to the bottom, and you'll see there's a couple other things here as well. The final exam grading criteria identifies for you what I'm actually going to be grading when I look at the final exam and your exam submission. So this is a really good section for you to read as well, just to ensure that you are aware of what's being graded for your final exam. At the bottom, I also have this Examity supports section. So Examity is the proctoring service that Seneca uses to actually develop and complete online exams. So I've added some information here for you in case you have an issue with Examity. For example, if you lose contact with them, if your internet fails while you're doing the exam, something like that. So I've added both their phone number, their email, and then they also have a live chat option on their Examity website. So that's a really good option to get in contact with somebody immediately to ask questions in case you need to. They can also help you with setting up your final exam as well, so that's really helpful. Okay, in the middle here is the part that I want you to actually take a look at. Right at the top it says click here to book your exam appointment ASAP. So I need you to book your exam as soon as you can, and this is where you're going to go to actually book your exam with Examity. You're going to book your exam appointment before Friday, December 7th at 9 a.m. So we're going to have an exam window in which you can complete your exam, but you have to complete and book your exam 48 hours before the exam window starts. So that means you need to complete it and to have booked your exam before Friday, December 7th at 9 a.m. Our exam itself is 2 hours, so you have to allocate 2 hours for yourself to write the exam. So you can click on this link to book a time for your exam, and I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute. You may book and write your exam anytime in our exam window, which is the time frame of Sunday, December 9th at 9 a.m. to Monday, December 10th at 9 p.m. So this is a 36-hour window in which you can write your exam. So you have to book it sometimes within that time, and it's only going to be a 2-hour window or a 2-hour period within that larger 36-hour window. You can also use this link to modify an existing appointment. So if you book your exam for Sunday at 11 a.m. and then you realize, oh, I can't actually write at that time, you can actually go back in and change your appointment to reflect a time that actually works for you. So you can modify your existing appointment here. And then you're also going to access this link when it's time for you to start your actual exam. So you're going to connect with Examity to start your pre-scheduled exam here. So you'll connect with the exam proctor, they'll provide you with the password to access the exam, and then they're going to monitor you while you write the exam. In addition to the 2 hours for the exam, you're going to need up to about 20 minutes before and 20 minutes after the exam, just to make sure that everything's going smoothly. So to contact the online proctor, to get yourself organized, to make sure your exam answers have been submitted properly and you haven't had any technical issues. So I would make sure that even though the exam is only 2 hours, that you leave yourself anywhere between 2.5 and 3 hours to make sure that the exam is done properly. Once you book your exam, you have to show up online, meaning that you have to click this top link here and connect with the online proctor. You have to be alone in a room, so you cannot write this exam in an internet cafe or at the library or somewhere where there's other people. So you have to be alone, and it has to be a quiet room. You need to have a computer with a webcam and a microphone. The webcam needs to be mobile, so you need to be able to pan around the room for the proctor so they can make sure that you're alone. And you need to have a microphone so that they can listen to the room during your exam. So you'll have to be able to have both a webcam and a microphone. As long as you have a laptop with an embedded webcam, that's fine, because you can pick up your laptop and walk it around the room for them. If you have a desktop computer, you should have a webcam that's almost separate, that you can actually move around and show the room to the proctor. You can only write the exam under the supervision of an examinee proctor, so you have to actually complete it while the examinee proctor is watching you. Once you've started the exam, you must finish it. So there's no time for bathroom breaks or anything like that. So make sure you take care of all those things before you actually start the exam, except under emergency circumstances or if something happens. So I'm going to be available to you via email from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Sunday, December 9th, and from 9 a.m. till 9 p.m. on Monday, December 10th. So if you do have an issue or something happens, you can contact me and I'll be able to get in touch with you as soon as I can. And so I should be pretty available for you during that time. So let's go in and actually show you how to book your exam appointment. So we're going to click on this red link at the top. And you see it'll take you to the examinee page, and you just click to log in. Once you've logged in, you'll see your dashboard here. You should see your name up at the top of the screen, but then you'll see another couple options here. Once you start the exam, this is to start the exam here. We won't be doing that until a little bit later. Today we're looking at scheduling our exam or making an appointment. When you actually go to schedule your exam, it will prompt you to finish your profile before you actually complete your exam. So let's do that first. So when you click into your profile, you'll see that there's some different requirements and things that you need to complete in order to have access to booking your exam. One of the first things that Examinee is going to ask you to do is to complete a computer requirements check. So let's click here. So you'll see the computer requirements check is actually checking my computer to make sure that all of the components are ready for the exam. So it's going to identify for me that I have a webcam ready, that I have a microphone ready, that my operating system is compatible with the exam, so you should be under a Windows 10 system or a Mac system that is compatible with the exam. That your browser is ready, so whether it's Firefox or Google Chrome or one of those, that you have a browser that's ready to work. And then the final thing it's going to check is that your internet speed is appropriate for the exam. So you have to have a strong internet connection to do so. And it's going to take about 60 seconds to verify your internet speed. So just be patient as it is checking for your internet. So now you can see that my internet speed is acceptable, and so my computer's been checked and I'm ready to go. So I can click out of this tab and go back to the profile page. So on the profile page, it's going to ask you to complete another couple pieces of information. One of them is under the account information. It will ask you to complete and fill out the time zone. For us, we're in Eastern time, so please make sure you select that for your exam, just to make sure that you're ready to go. And then your phone number you can actually enter as well. You should check and make sure that your phone number is here, so that in case Examinee needs to contact you if there's an issue with your exam, that they can. And you should also confirm that your email address is correct, again, just so they can contact you just in case. And when you've done that, you can click Save. The next piece is going to ask you to take a picture of your photo ID and upload it. So please take a picture of your Seneca student card and upload your photo ID here. So take a photo with your phone and then upload it. You should be able to see an image of yourself. There should be a picture of you. So if it's your Seneca student ID, if you don't have that, you can use your driver's license, but there should be a picture of you so that the examinee proctor can actually confirm that you're the correct person who's writing the exam. Below, it's going to ask you for a few security questions, so you can go ahead and fill those out. Make sure they're ones that you can accurately remember, because they might ask you to use them to confirm your identity. So just go ahead and fill out your security questions. And finally, at the bottom, it's going to ask you to verify how you would type your name. So just click into the edit button, and it will ask you to type in your name in a couple of ways. And you can click Save. Once you've done all these things at the bottom, it will show you that once you've completed these steps, you can now schedule your exam. So let's click here. Okay, so it's going to take you to the exam scheduling section of your dashboard, and you can see that there's a couple options here to select from. So you're going to find your instructor name. There I am. And then you're going to select the course name, which is Communicating Across Contexts. and then you'll select our final exam. And it should be this bottom one here, COM101 NBD final exam. There should really only be one available for you when you're looking at it. So once you've selected this exam, you can now begin to book your exam time. So now that you're in the correct exam, and I've corrected that here so there should be only one available to you when you go to log in, you can see that there's a couple times available for you to actually book your exam. So if I was ready to book my exam, I would say, okay, on the, maybe I'm going to book on the Sunday, I'll book at 2 p.m. So I'm going to click that, and I'm going to select schedule. And I'll say, yes, I want to schedule this appointment. Great, so my appointment is scheduled successfully. So you can see here that they're also going to provide you with some standard rules and things that you should know for the exam. One of them is that you have to be alone in a room, you need a clear desk and clear area to work, you need to be connected to a power source, you're not going to be using your phone or any headphones during the exam, so you need to make sure your phone is away and turned off or on silent. You're not going to be using any dual monitors, you cannot leave your seat, there's no talking. The webcam speakers and microphone must remain on throughout the test, and the proctor must be able to see you for the duration of the test. Finally, at the bottom, I've identified for you that the students, you have to complete the exam directly in the Blackboard test, so there's no separate file upload that's required, so you don't need to complete anything in a Word file and upload it. Okay, so now that we've booked our schedule, we're going to go back to our dashboard here. So if I realize that, I booked this appointment on Sunday at 2 p.m. and that, that doesn't work for me, actually I'd rather book my exam on Monday, you can actually click here to reschedule your appointment. So I'll see my scheduled appointment that I have, which was on Sunday at 2 p.m. So I'm going to reschedule this appointment for myself. I'm going to reschedule my exam here. Okay, so I've decided that that time doesn't really work for me, so I'm going to go to Monday and see what times are available. So maybe I want to do my exam at 7 a.m. I think early Monday morning, that would be good for me, and I'm going to reschedule my time here. Great, so now you can see that I've rescheduled my exam for Monday at 7 a.m. and the same information applies for that exam. So now that you've scheduled your appointment, make sure you write it down and that you're ready to go at the time. And when you are ready to write, so if I was going to write my exam at Monday at 7 a.m., I would make sure that when I log on to Blackboard, that I would come here maybe about 20 minutes or 15 minutes before 7 a.m. To check in with my appointment and to meet with my proctor. And that will allow me to start my exam. So when I actually go to the Examiny homepage, I'm just going to click Start Exam, and that will connect me with the online proctor. Right now it tells me I don't have an exam scheduled, but when I have my exam scheduled, it will show up and be available for me. Okay, so that's basically how to book your exam. If you have any trouble with booking your exam, one of the first things you can do is you can contact Examiny to get extra help for booking your exam. But you're also welcome to contact me and let me know if you're having any trouble, and I'll do my best to walk you through it. Other than that, that's really everything you know for completing the exam. The last thing to really look at is our week 13 lesson, which provides you all the information about the exam itself and what you need to do in order to prepare effectively. Good luck!